everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brandy, and on this channel I do mostly beauty related content. Today for you I have a video about eye primer. Is it necessary? Does it really work? Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. Like I was saying, today for you I have a video about eye primer. A lot of people, I think probably most people who do makeup wear eye primer because it's supposed to help with how the eyeshadow looks on your eyes. It's supposed to help it look more vibrant, or at least make it adhere to your eyes better than without it. And I do know some people, sorry, who don't use it, don't think it's necessary. So we're going to put an eye primer to the test. It's one that I use, I've been using for a while now. It's this one right here from Ace Beauty. It is the eyeshadow amplifying base and light. And so I'm going to apply this to one of the eyes, and then the other eye I'm going to leave off, and then we're going to play around with this palette today. It's the Sun-Kissed Summer palette from Violet Voss, and I know that I've shown this on my channel before, but just to remind everyone, and sorry, I know that because of the reflection on the palette itself, it's probably blinded you, just in the mirror just blinded me just by closing the palette. But wow. Oh yeah, by the way, I ramble a lot, so if that's not for you, sorry about it. And it is May in Iowa, so it's hot. Well, it's not too hot, but it's hot in my apartment, and our air conditioning does not work yet. So if I'm sweaty, extra glowy, that would be why. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a mirror like this, one I've been using usually to put on makeup, just so it's small and convenient. I'm gonna squeeze out a very small amount, about that much. You don't really need a lot, so keep that in mind if you are using eye primer. Usually a little goes a long way. So I'm going to put it on my eye that I don't apply makeup as well, just because I think that would give us the best indication, because if I put it on my dominant eye, then it may actually skew the results. I don't know, I'm just rambling, I'm being stupid. But alright, hopefully you can see. I just usually apply it with my finger, because I know some people apply it with a sponge, but I think that's just, I mean, I have before, but it's just a wasted step. Okay. So I suppose, I don't usually do this, although I think you should. A lot of people say you should do your eye that you don't do so well on first. That way you can match your good eye to the bad one. I don't know why I don't do that. Okay, so I'm going to be using these brushes mostly, I think. I don't usually put eye primer on the bottom of my eye. I know some people do, but I don't know, it just it feels weird putting eye primer on the bottom of my eye for some reason. So this one is from Billion Dollar Brushes, I believe. This one's from Eloise. Another one from, this one's actually from BH Cosmetics. And then this one, I don't know. Oh, well, does it say? Maybe it does say Lavish. So those are the brushes I'm going to be using. I'm going to go into, I'm going to do probably, I'm going to do some yellow maybe today. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'll do some yellow today, since I'm wearing yellow. Okay, so we're going to start off with, we're just going to do something basic because we're just testing eye primer, not really showing eyeshadow. We're going to go with this color right here. It is called Sensation. You know, I might just use this mirror. This palette isn't super heavy. Just going to load the brush, tap off any excess. And I usually try to go with my left hand, because I know a lot of people, even though they're like, they use their dominant hand and they like go across like this is just almost impossible for me to do. Like I haven't mastered it, so I just go in with my non-dominant hand, even though it doesn't really work all that well. Okay, so starting off, I'm seeing that it does definitely show up, which is good. I haven't used this palette very often. I think this may be like the third time I'm using this palette, and I don't remember if it performs well or not. I guess we shall see as we go along. So since I have mature eyes, I just tap it in place rather than going like doing these sweeping motions, because my eyelids are mobile, and this kind of helps with that. Again, like I said, we're just going to do a basic look because we're just testing out whether the eye primer makes a difference or not. Okay, I'm going in, and again, I do kind of want to bring it into my invisible crease here so that when the look is done, okay, I need to like get the mirror close so I can see. I think that's probably good. All right, let's go to the eye that doesn't have eye primer and see if that makes any difference or not. So tap out again. Okay, so first impressions, I'm not seeing much of a difference. But once the eye look is complete, we'll see if we see a difference or not. Again, I'm just tapping the product on since my eyelids, see if I can show you how my eye moves like that if I go back and forth. And part of it is because I'm old. I'm not old, but 45. I'm sure a lot of people consider 45 to be old. Okay, actually, yes, I am seeing a little difference. I'm seeing a difference in, let's get close if you can tell. Hopefully you can tell on camera. Like this one looks a little bit more vibrant than this side. So in that aspect, using the eye primer definitely does make a difference. And a lot of times yellows can be difficult to work with, but this one seems to be doing just fine. I kind of see a difference in the way it looks too. Like, I don't know, this eye primer kind of, or it could just be my eyes. Oh yeah, and it also like covers, I have a vein here, and using eye primer would help with that as well, to kind of neutralize any discoloration you have. Okay, so we're gonna just move things along here because I don't want this video to be super long. We're gonna go in with this brush right here, and we're gonna go in with a lighter shade, this one right here called Sandbar. And we're just gonna use that to blend out the top of this here. I'm gonna go in with this eye first this time, and I'm not seeing much of anything with this. Definitely is blending. Oh, there we go. Blending that lighter color away a little bit. You know, these are so close in color that I almost can't see the difference. You know, I think I'm gonna go back in with that initial color and build this up a little bit more. So hopefully you can see the difference in color. It's supposed to, by using two different shades of the, two different, like, what is it? Like a lighter shade of the darker shade, it's supposed to help create a gradient. And this time I'm just going to use this. I don't have to be so precise. I can go ahead and use my dominant hand. Alright, and again I'm going to go back in with that first color. Okay, now for the crease, I think I'm going to go in with this color Sunkissed, and that with a shimmer, that's probably where we're going to see the most difference. I'm going to go with this eye first. I just use my finger because a brush doesn't really apply product to my lid very well. Not that applying with my finger does much better, but all right, now we're going to go in with the eye that does have the eye primer and see if that makes a difference in the vibrancy and the way the eyeshadow looks. Now I have poor eyesight, so I'm not seeing much of a difference, but I'm going to close my eyes and get close, so hopefully you guys can maybe see a difference. And just to preface, of course, I'm sure you could tell by just watching any of my videos, I am not, and this one included, I am not a makeup artist. So like I said, and today it's not really about what the makeup looks like anyway, it's just about testing the eye primer. You know, I'm getting close to the camera so I can see. I don't see a whole heck of a lot of difference, so I think my conclusion is, this is just my opinion, you can make your own. Eye primers are good for, number one, it helps if the palette needs some help. There are some palettes that just need help, like they can be patchy, they don't apply well, so if you apply an eye primer, that will help with that. It can also help with, depending, in fact, I'm using like a nude based one, but if you use like a white base or a black base or a colored base, that can help with the vibrancy and the way the eyeshadow looks. I might make part 2 showing you the difference between like a white eye base and a black eye base, because I did do, if you follow me on Instagram, I did do a video or a post about that, and it does make a difference. But if the eyeshadow palette itself, let me just complete my train of thought here because my mind just goes on tangents. If the eyeshadow palette works well on its own, you could probably skip the eye primer, especially if you're out of it or you don't have any. But I think overall they can be definitely useful and helpful, especially like I know people have discolored eyelids, and putting on a base helps with that. So just for that reason alone, I would say if you have one and if you're comfortable using one, go ahead and use an eye primer. So yeah, that is what I have for you today. I'm not going to even finish the makeup because, like I said, it's not about what the makeup looks like, it's about the eye primer. Normally I would put on some mascara and like put a color on the outside to darken it, but this is going to be good for now. But if you've liked this video, please thumbs it up for me and comment down below what you thought. Do you use eye primer? What eye primers do you like best? My favorite that I've used before is the one from Gerard Cosmetics, the Clean Canvas, but they're kind of expensive. They're 22 bucks for a small little pot, and I unfortunately can't afford that right now, but in the future, if I could stock up on Clean Canvas, that's the one I would go for. So yeah, I'm going to shut up. Bye.